Some stories deserve to be remembered. Of communities shaping tomorrow. Of businesses that built a nation before it fades. This is more than video. This is heritage. Visualize your world. Everything is possible. Techno series. Some stories deserve to be remembered. Of communities shaping tomorrow. Of businesses that built a nation before it fades. This is more than video. This is heritage. Visualize your world. Everything is possible. Techno series. Some stories deserve to be remembered.
Certification, nutrition, content, organic food, occupational health and standard, ISO standards. Ekutilati, when we are going to present products, to supply our choppies, kwa standards. Bantu nangu na menshi bali lembampo. Umumu menshi muli fine. Umulandu ya chakulya, tetutulepera abantu poison. That's why AMA standards na Zambia Bureau of Standards. They'll speak to that. We will move on to about 15 hours. At this point, we have session to do with smart business, ICT, sustainability, natukwata, ukufuma kubuteko, baletila tiba smart Zambia, bali muno, tulela nda digital transformation. Tulela ndaba nensu abali nomba pali online. Awa la tuafa kokumona tuachitashani online e-commerce kustisha and buying online. Government basi nefo chiri nomba tulipilama fees, tulipilama services wa smart Zambia wala satupishamo. Kwa la wana ba expert awa la toeba fie. E-digital china manshi. Pantu bonse hapa nomba tualifuma mu analog tuaba mu digital. Ichochi kankala pantu na ngufe mwatilati mwala bomba na bachopizi ukubalila pofye nika email bushemu alikwata ka email pantu na ngobalefu kumpera ka order baka tumafye online na mwatwala katundu na more information in online nenda lama shikapita online to your bank digital nefyo mule mona wonse muno aba nenso ba techno series now I got a digital to tell the Zambian people that kuno tuli file chitika. Your Facebook, your WhatsApp, to alilanda pomailo. If you're to alanda lo, if to alanda mkwangufyanya iliba technology vale chitafyonse hapa to ala itanomba ba Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development. Avala tutungulula ngefyo batantiki hapo. Madam Rhoda. Thank you, ma'am. It's all yours.
Thank you so much. Mwashubukeni. Okay. Shinali Andy. Okay, my bemba is bumping. So Nalaisha, mixing in my languages. My name is Rhoda Hawele. I'm a Principal Grants Officer, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development. And I'm under Department of Business Development and Grants. So very quickly, I will run through to just show you the mandate of the ministry. As you all may be aware, I'm sure maybe some of you, you've heard of this, or you've never heard of this ministry. So on my presentation, I'll focus mainly on the functions. So on the functional areas, I'll focus on five areas. That is small and medium enterprise development, cooperatives and entrepreneurship development, business development and financing, registration and regulation, and then also the legal framework. As an introduction, as I have already mentioned, this ministry was created in 2021, September. Of course, there is a gazette notice to its creation. Then looking at the overall responsibility of the ministry is to foster development of the small enterprises, which are yourselves. In terms of the vision, like what we want to see going forward or in the future with regard with the SMEs and cooperatives, we want to see a sustainable and a prosperous cooperatives and MSMEs. What you are doing, it should be something which can be like ichamuyaya forever and ever. Not that you just do one thing and then when you encounter, let's say, challenges, then you abandon it. We are not here as a ministry to abandon that, but we want to see you grow. Then in terms of the mission, our mission, we still focus to see that you develop, and then so that you can contribute positively to the economic development of the country. I'm sure yesterday's presentation, it was mentioned that in terms of job creation and also contribution to the growth of the economy, SMEs and cooperatives, you are the biggest employer. You move on. Then coming to the functional areas, under SMEs, what are we doing as a ministry? So our focus for you, as I've already mentioned, is to see you that you grow and ensure that the economy is ticking. Then also from what you are doing, we want to see investment amongst yourself. We want to encourage you to start creating so that you have assets from whatever you are doing. We want to see that you have something that you say that you can depend on. You should have an asset. Then we are also trying to enhance your competitiveness so that whatever you are doing, you can be able to compete. You know, yesterday there was a complaint on why some of the businesses in the central province, the SMEs, are not being given a contract and so forth. But we want you to be able to compete. And that is the more reason why we have come to have this workshop. Then the other thing, we also want to ensure that the level of development among the SMEs is is equal. We don't want to leave anyone behind. Those in the urban areas and all those that are in rural areas. Usually there will be a complaint that most of the developmental activities or even efforts are being maybe focused in urban areas. So as a ministry, we want to support all MSMEs and cooperative regardless of location. We have a program under the ministry that we call the Rural Enterprise Development. This program is specifically to support those SMEs and cooperatives that are found away from the line of rail. Then we are also continuing with the mentorship to be with you, to give you skills that you are lacking. Mentorship, it can be one-to-one. Maybe as an SME or cooperative, maybe you want a specific support from us. We can engage together. Next is, we look at, is it my mic or is power? Okay. The next one is the issue of cooperatives and entrepreneurship development. You agree with me that I think this is the developmental aspect that has been there. Even before Zambia came into existence, cooperatives have been there. But the focus that we have taken as the ministry, we want cooperatives to look at themselves as business ventures, but not something or a vehicle that you can use in order for you to be able to acquire maybe farming inputs, like the program under our sister ministry, Ministry of Agriculture, FISIP. But our focus is you should look at a broader business aspect as a cooperative, so that you can participate in the economic growth and economic activities of the country. Then as a ministry, we also facilitate tailor-made trainings for the cooperatives. Once you come together, I'm sure you go to our offices, they can help you to register, and then they also provide trainings on how you can manage yourselves as a cooperative and also as a business entity. We also, just like for the SMEs, the issue of business information is also our focus. Because as I've already said, cooperatives for business, not cooperatives to be able to be given fertilizer. No. Then the third area is the issue of business development. This business development and financing, it cuts across the two areas, MSMEs and the cooperatives. Under business development, we focus on the issue of product development and quality assurance. For you to survive as a business, whatever you are doing, I know you are producing different products and you are also offering various services to the public. For you to be competitive, you have to look at how your product is. Is it sellable? And then how is the quality? If the quality of your product is good, then it will be easy for you to compete and also to sell. So during this training, we have invited various stakeholders who are going to talk about how you can go on improving your product or even your services. Then we are also encouraging on business linkages. As a business, you cannot survive if you do everything alone. So this platform, we are also encouraging that amongst yourselves, you can start engaging. Because your business can be a market to the other SMEs or cooperatives. Then also, we link you to other businesses, so we can provide that. So as we are doing this training, some of the presentation, you'll be able to see how you can be able to see that such a business can also enhance the way you are conducting your business. The issue of information, dissemination, we are also continuing with the same, because you need to have right information for your business. Then also provides business development services. Okay, this is a broader aspect which encompasses most of the things that we have talked about. Skills development, how can you access finance, how do you improve on your development. We are also working with other partners in providing that service. Then there's an issue of financing under business. We also see how, as SMEs and cooperatives, how you can be able to access finance. And I'm sure if I can say, we have managed to give all of you, you are going to tell me that that is the biggest challenge that you have. But as a ministry, at the moment, in terms of what finances that we have, that we give to SMEs, our financing facility is the Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, CEC. And there, we give loans. Although I said I'm a principal grants officer, at the moment we don't have grants yet. And CEC is established by an act. And you cannot just change overnight and say, can we start giving grants there? So we have to look at the act that creates the CEC, of which, as a ministry, we have done. So the process of reviewing the act, we've already started. And then still on the financing, I'm sure yesterday there were people who were in front, who were giving information. You saw that we have banks amongst ourselves. So the reason why we are bringing the banks is also to give you another arm where you can also get support. Apart from banks, there are also other maybe cooperating partners that we engage with. So depending on the facilities that that they have, and then we engage with us, we can also link you to those support. So that is about financing. Then the other functional area is the issue of registration and regulations. That is to do with the cooperatives. I'm sure the minister, in his speech yesterday, he mentioned that as a ministry, we are the ones who register cooperatives. And this mandate is given to us by the Cooperatives and Societies Act. So this is law. So as a cooperative, if you are not registered, then you are, it will be somehow difficult for us maybe to support and even engage you. So once you form a cooperative, you have to register. We have the presence of our ministry in all the 116 districts. So you can visit our offices for this support. Then why are we encouraging you to register? We want you so that it will be easy for you to access other support from the other stakeholders that we work with. Okay. Then from registration, we also, I think we can jump this. Okay. On the legal framework, there are laws that govern the ministry, what we are doing. How do we manage the cooperatives? How do we manage the SMEs. So the policy, the SME policy. So if you want to have access, I think you can visit our offices in the districts and also the provincial office. Then, as I have already mentioned, the Citizen Economic Empowerment Act that guides us with financing. That one we are reviewing it. Then the Cooperatives and Societies Act, we are also reviewing it. At the moment, we are working on the formulation of the SME bill. Then we also have other strategic documents that guides the way the ministry operates. We already have a strategic plan. We have a service charter. I'm sure if yesterday you visited our table, I'm sure you saw some of the documents that we have that guides on how the ministry operates. We have a college known as the Cooperative College, where we offer academic education. So we offer academic education like those who are coming straight from school. If they want to study on issues of cooperatives and entrepreneurship, they can apply and be admitted. Then apart from that, the college also offers tailor-made trainings to do with the SMEs management and also to do with cooperatives management. So if you need their service as SMEs, let's say in KABWE, you can come together and then engage the college. Or maybe as cooperatives, you can also come together and engage the college so that they can give you whatever knowledge or skills that you need so that you can enhance your operations. Yes. Yes. Okay. Then the other aspect, yesterday, one of the SMEs who gave a testimony, I think at the end, she requested the ministry to assist her to find a place where she can operate. So as a ministry, we have also realized that this is one of the challenges that some of the SMEs and cooperatives are facing. You do not have maybe ideal places where you can do your businesses. So we are also focusing on the issue of infrastructure development. At the moment, with the support from the cooperating partners, we have a project which is supporting us to construct what we call the industrial yards. So at the moment, we have 8 industrial yards in 7 provinces. Of course, Central, Muchinga, and Southern, at the moment, we do not have these structures. But I'm sure discussions and thoughts are already there. Because we want you to be operating in areas that are meant for businesses. Because your operating space also have an effect on the outcome of your product or the outcome of your service. For instance, if we say we want to connect you maybe to Choppies or ShopRite, some of the things, they'll come and do due diligence to your operations. And now if they find that even if your product is good, but if where you are producing that product, it is questionable, because there are issues of hygiene, sanitation, and so forth. So that's why we are encouraging that you ensure that you operate in an ideal environment. Maybe this is just an example of the industrial yard we have in Chipata. Yeah. So there are SMEs that are operating there. It doesn't mean that we don't like Central Province, that's why we don't have this. We love you, and that's why you are now on the table, so that we can also provide something that you can use. In terms of closing, I would encourage you that we are here with the focus of collaboration, and also to give you information maybe that you do not have on how you can develop your business. So we are here also to collaborate, network amongst yourselves, amongst those that can give you support, and also together with the ministry. I think from today onwards, as a ministry, we believe that we have established a team that the ministry we are going to move together. Thank you so much. Madam Keller? Okay. Okay. So the next on the agenda, you all have the program, isn't it? You don't have? Maybe, Katie, we can distribute the program to those who do not have.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think that has been a quick summary of what the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development is about. My name is Mukela Lubasi Muyunda. I'm a Principal Cooperatives Officer in the ministry. For now, maybe we could beam the program. Do we have any questions that would like addressed by the previous presenter? Ushers, could we have the mic going around? As the program is being beamed, maybe we can have 5 minutes. Okay, we can have 3 from each, 3 questions here, 3. Okay, there's 1. Any other on this side? There's the lady over there, here. Okay, then you, then the gentleman, then madam.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Mufaya. I come from a cooperative here in KABWE. Thank you very much for that educative and quite elaborative presentation. I've got 2 questions, madam. The first one is, she mentioned that if we've got issues, we can visit the office. The SME office here in KABWE. Unfortunately, this is my first time to hear about this organization, and have no idea where the offices are. So I'd really appreciate. Then the second one is, where is the college so that we can start liaising with them? Thank you, madam.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nyirenda, is Mr. Nyirenda in here? Yes. Madam, do you know this man? Do you people know this man?
Good morning. Mkwai ishinale ya ministry kuti yaba ya nyowani. But the department has been existing all along. The department where you belong, because the other question that we may ask you is, at the time that you were registering, where did you go? So that office where you had gone at the time that you were forming your cooperative. So that department is called Department of Cooperatives and Entrepreneurship Development. It has been existing all along under Ministry of Agriculture. Then later in the years, it went to Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry. In 2021, there's a new ministry which was created, which is called Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development. So the Department of Cooperatives was plugged out of Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry and fit into the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development. Now, this department is in the 116 districts, which makes it that the ministry has presence across the country in all the 116 districts because of the presence of the Department of Cooperatives in each and every district. But here in KABWE, the provincial office is by the provincial administration. That's where the provincial office is of Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development. At district level, it is at the DC's office opposite Central Police. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have just been guided that the rest of the questions will be attended to after the rest of the presentations. So we'll get back to the questions and answers. So please don't lose those thoughts. Write down those questions. They will be answered. So at this point in time, we'll move on to the next item in the program. The next item in the program, I think which you now have before you, is CDF opportunities. So we'll have the Ministry of Local Government, if they could please come through. As you may be aware, the Government of the Republic of Zambia, through Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, has got the Constituency Development Fund running in all the constituencies of the country. This is a fund that has been helping us, and because of that, we have called upon our colleagues to come and give us in detail what this fund is about. And also, please let us pay attention because the CDF is a major issue for us SMEs and corporate. Ba CDF. Please, tukutiki, tumfuiki shine. Thank you.
Maybe you can even clap for me before I talk. Okay, good morning, everyone. Let me recognize all the protocols gathered here. I'm Clint Susiku, local government officer for Central Province. I think we've interacted with many of you. To help me do this one, I've also come with my senior auditor, Mr. Sylvester Movita. Maybe if you can just greet everyone. Okay. Yeah, so a light report, we'll talk about CDF, except the ministry, our ministry should have been here, my supervisors. But I was just told that a short notice to come and do a presentation, which we are going to do. We'll do a presentation on awareness and probably look at the statistics obtaining in Central Province. I think we've been told 30 minutes, so we'll do a 30 minutes presentation and then we'll hear from you. But suffice mentioning that our office is under the provincial administration, where Dr. Manakampwe is found. That is where we are located. Again, as we are not stranger to this program, because we have offices all over the province. We are 11 districts, and I think in every district, we have a council secretary, and here in KABWE, we have a town clerk. So these issues are addressed squarely by the local authorities or councils. So having said that, I just want to say a bit before the presentation, CDF. CDF, which means Constituency Development Fund. I think it has been in Zambia for some time now. If I recall, 2006, we had the first disbursement. I think it should have been 60,000 kwacha at that time. And it was spread all over Zambia. And since then, I think we've been receiving these monies. But the history about CDF is that probably those who want to read more, I'm also one of those who have done CDF somewhere. So CDF, the history that in some countries, politicians wanted also to make names. So they would get this money, walk around with it in bags. And where they find deficities, they will give that money to them. They thought that was a quicker way of doing development. But I think over time, it was discovered that actually dealing directly with the community, it was one way of actually enhancing development. But in Zambia now, we have what we call decentralization. I think from 2022 now to now, we have thought that these monies go to the grassroots. So we have a program called decentralization, and I think in Zambia we have adopted devolution, where we are saying all the powers go to the grassroots. So in doing that, again, we have also a system we call physical decentralization. And this fund now is channeled through that type of means. CDF now, because at one point I think it was known for only doing community projects. But I think the current government, through His Excellency, the President, has thought that these monies can also enhance other areas of need. So we have three components of CDF. Number one is what we call community projects. Number two is what we have in bursaries. Number three is what we have in empowerment. Bursaries has two components, secondary and skills. And we rarely talk about this because I don't know, maybe we will hear from you, but when we talk about secondary school and bursaries, most of our children, I think they've enabled their education through skills and bursaries. We have also empowerment, where we are talking of the youth, our women, mothers, and the rest of us. So those are the components we have. Also the loans. But suffice that, saying that the loans, we have had a problem in the disbursement of loans because mostly, I think we are no longer paying back. A loan is a revolving fund. So we expect the community to be paying back. I think this will be talked about as we do a presentation. So basically, I think we have this challenge of CDF, but I think so far, according to the statistics held by Central Province, I think many of you are aware of the CDF. But let's hear as we interact where, because if you have problems, these problems were supposed to be channeled either through the council or our office at provincial administration. So allow me now to call my colleague, my senior auditor, to do a presentation, and thereafter we can interact. I thank you very much.
we don't give hands here. We can appreciate him. If I was at church, I would have troubled you. I would have said amen. All right, so that's our presentation outline. By the way, Sylvester Muvita is my name. So it's a short presentation. Please pay attention. We can move. So the definition was already given. We all know what CDF is. We can move. So why CDF? So why CDF? We are saying to actualize implementation of fiscal decentralization in line with the provision of the Republican Constitution Amendment Act number 2 of 2026. So what we are saying there, the term fiscal, we are just simply saying we decentralize the money. So we should have the money to the community. So to support community level projects and other related community initiatives.
Communities shaping tomorrow. Of businesses that built a nation before it fades. This is more than video. This is heritage. Visualize your world. Everything is possible. Techno-Series.
Cooperatives, Mr. Chomba. Then our PRO, Madam Virginia. Mr. Liwali, who is on the project that is constructing and managing industrial yards. Then the man who should tell you when the industrial yard is coming to Central Province, Mr. Mumba. So these are the people to see. Thank you very much. You may take your seats. A round of applause for our colleagues, please. So we will continue. I think he'll just speak to the presentation and we just take note of what he'll be saying. Sometimes I find it distractive because we focus on reading instead of listening. So he's back. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. This is how serious CDF is. So unfortunately, there are cables, they are being worked on. So we continue, we were on why CDF. So I was saying, why is to actualize the implementation of fiscal decentralization in line with the provision of the Constitution. And it's also to support community level projects and other related community initiatives. So I'll try to give also the background, though it was mentioned by my supervisor, but we are saying this, we are drawing it from the Constitution of Zambia. All right. So the background is that it should be a community-driven. It gives also the policy direction that There should be local participation in decision making. It should spur job creation. It should spur local socio-economic development. It should benefit communities in constituencies. It should promote use of local resources and promote entrepreneurship, the reason why we are here today. So the scope, we're almost getting there. So the scope of CDF is into 3 components. But today our focus will be on youth, women and community empowerment. So the 3 components is capital projects. The other one is the secondary boarding school and skills development bursaries. But our focus will be on youth, women, and community empowerment. And what are we saying on this component? We are saying to promote training, mentorship, and business development for youth and women. So trainings in entrepreneurship and financial management that we conduct as a department. So under the youth, women, and community empowerment, we are saying CDF, as it stands now, we are 36.1 million. So 20% of that 36.1 million, you can do a rough calculation. Quickly, you can do a rough calculation of 36.1. Do you have calculators, phones? Pick your phones. Let's do it. Let's practice. 36.1 million, 20% of it, how much? Sorry? I didn't get you. Did we get that one? So 36.1 million, or 20% of 36.1 million. $36.1 million times 0.2. 7.2 million. Okay, somewhere there. So this is what the SMEs here can qualify for in terms of youth, women, and community empowerment. I will not go into the capital, the secondary, because today we want to concentrate on that component. So the youth, women, and community empowerment, how do you actualize this, or how do you participate in this CDF? So the CDFC, which is a Constituency Development Fund Committee, in conjunction with the local authority, usually invites applications from youth, women, by end of July. So the normal thing is that by end of July every year, adverts need to start running for the following year. Okay, so if you check in most of the social medias in the councils, they've started advertising. So you need to take advantage. Don't wake up in December and ask when they're advertising. So adverts usually run from end of February through to somewhere September, so that the process can be done. So the process is quite long. So there's the application process which I'm talking about. I'll go into it in details. There's also the eligibility criteria. In some cases, there is a technical appraisal needed. There's also a need to look at the capital thresholds. If it's loan, you need to look at also the repayments. You need to take it to the bank for the bank to clear. So this youth, women, and community empowerments, I'll go to the loans. So the loans range from 5,000 through to 100,000. So you can get that. So they range from 5,000 through to 200,000. So the ranges are like this. So between 5,000 and 10,000, the repayment period is 12 months. From 10,000 to 25,000, the repayment period is 18 months. From 25 to 50,000, the repayment is 24 months. From 50,000 to 100,000, the repayment is 36 months. And the last one, from 100,000 to 200,000, that's 48 months. That's how many years? Sorry? Yes. Okay. So the way the loan works is supposed to be revolving. So if your neighbor, you can tell your neighbor, if my neighbor, you get a loan. Let's talk. My neighbor, if you get a loan, and then you pay back. When you pay back, I need to benefit from your repayments. So my neighbor, if you don't pay back, I can't see people discussing here. My neighbor, if you don't pay back, I will not benefit. So that's how simple that loan is supposed to work, the loan component. So it's supposed to be a revolving fund. But what has happened is most of the cooperatives, maybe just ask, have you gotten a loan? Just ask your neighbor, have you gotten a loan? Because I've said they need to repay back for you to benefit, they will keep quiet. Okay? But I know some of the SMEs here have benefited from the loans and have not been paying back. Okay, so that's how the loan component is supposed to work. Nevertheless, every year there's a 20% that is added to that. There's a 20%, you said, okay, let's say it's about 4 million. So every year there is a 4 million that is added. So from 2022, if we had a 4 million allocated to the loans, 2023, 4 million, that's 8. 2024, 4 million, that's 12. 2025, we have another 4 million, that's like 16 million. So in that revolving, we are expected to have 16 million. So that loan component needs to be growing. If you repay, remember if the 2022 had repaid with a small interest, it would mean that loan would have grown like the way you do the village banking where they gonga you. Okay. Just on a lighter note. Thank you. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to work on the loan. So the general process, how to access the CDF. One, you need to have an application. So these applications, you find them with your WDCs, the Ward Development Committee. So these forms are free of charge. No one should charge you. Please take note. So duly completed forms will be submitted. After you are done with filling in or completing those forms, you need to submit them back to the WDCs. WDCs need to sign somewhere and they will need to take them to the council or the local authority where the CDFC will sit and discuss or check through your applications. If you qualify, the CDFC or the council will write now to us through the provincial local government officer here who has been given the, the delegated powers by the ministry or the minister of local government to approve those applications. That's how simple it is. So it happens on all the empowerments, be it the grants, be it the loans. That is the process. So for the loans, the only difference is that once you apply, the council subject your application to the bank. So the bank needs also to do their own assessment whether you can pay or not. On this one, I think the banks have not done a good job because people are not paying back, but they are saying you can still get the loan. All right, but that's how the process is supposed to be done. So from 2022 to date, I just want to give you now a statistics of how many have benefited from these loans. From 2022 up until this year, in terms of grants, in 2022 we had 1,472 in our province that benefited from these CDF grants. In 2023, we had 1,234. In 2024, we had 1,042. In 2025, as at March, we had 865, giving us a total of 4,113. And if those numbers are given and you are not part of these ones, I think you need to visit the office of Mr. Nyerenda. I think your company or your cooperative is not registered well. Okay. Then for the loans from 2022, because others have not been paying back, in 2022, we had 349 benefit from the loans. In 2023, we had 381. In 2024, we had 409. 2025, because of the process, going through the bank and so forth, we stand at 134, giving us a total of 1,273 cooperatives or individuals that have benefited from these loans. Thank you.
The clapping hasn't reached the momentum. A round of applause. Yes, this CDF is ours. It's our money. But like we said to our neighbor, like we say to the neighbor, salvation is coming. Neighbor, pay the loan. CDF, pay the loan. So thank you very much to our colleagues from local government. They will be back during the question and answer session so that we can have comprehensive answers. Please take note of the questions. The next presentations will be from ZDA. Do we have ZDA ready? Pakra. Our next presenters. Okay. Please, ma'am, you can join us. Mr. Mundia. Mr. Mundia. We have ZDA ready to go. So the Zambia Development Agency is under the Ministry of Commerce and very important for those of us who are looking to investment within and beyond the borders. So I'll hand over to the madam to speak to us about the ZDA as we also wait for PACRA and ZPPA. So the theme for this session is business formalization. Did we pray this morning? Technology seems to be against us. Did we have an opening prayer? Vachilongo. Mamonaka. Anyway, by the time it's tea break, I'm sure I would have meditated and spoken to God to continue this meeting. So for now, the madam will speak to us about the ZDA as we are trying to sort out our technology issues. Notwithstanding that we don't have the presentation, ZDA is here with us. A round of applause for the madam. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Mulibwanji, Mulishani. Okay, how many of us know about ZDA? Okay, I've seen quite a few hands. Okay, I've seen quite a few hands. So that's why I'm here to just talk about ZDA so that some of us who don't know about ZDA can have that information. Okay, so, okay. Okay, so the presentation is ready. Okay, so I need to introduce myself. My name is Chilufya Chailemvula. I'm representing the development agency, and I'm a business development officer there. So our presentation today will focus on ZDA's mandate. So who is ZDA? So ZDA is Zambia's premier economic development agency with the mandate of promoting and facilitating trade, investment, and business development services in Zambia. So at ZDA, we have 3 core departments that support our mandate. So we have the investment department, we have the export development department, as well as the business development department. So as I continue with the presentation, I'll touch on each department so that we can just understand what each department does. A bit of some technical issues. Okay. So, one thing you need to know about ZDA is that we work hand in hand with the private sector. Now, when we talk about the private sector, what do we mean? So, the private sector are basically the growth-oriented businesses, the large enterprises, which are both the local and foreign investors, as well as the exporters. So what are the results of working with the private sector? So the results are that wealth and jobs will increase, capacity to industrialize and export will also go up. Then when it comes to technology, skills, and capital, that will also increase. Okay, as I earlier mentioned, ZDA has 3 core departments. So one of them is the investment department. So what does the investment department do? What is their mandate? So the mandate of the investment department is to facilitate and promote both local and foreign investments in Zambia. So how does ZDA do this? So services that ZDA offers, which are showcasing of investment opportunities to prospective investors, investment advisory services. So ZDA advises investors on which investments to invest their businesses in. Then they also offer aftercare services. We also offer aftercare services once these investors register with us. So these aftercare services are basically to see how the businesses are going. What challenges are these investors facing? to ensure that their businesses are running smoothly in Zambia. Then there's also free facilitation for application of immigration permits, secondary licenses, as well as land acquisition. Then the second core department I'll talk about is the export department. So the mandate of the export department is to promote the export of locally produced goods and services. So this is through capacity building. So under the export development department, we have the export readiness training. So this is basically a training that will give you information in terms of export. In an instance where you'd like to start exporting, so this training will offer that knowledge on export. Then we also organize trade missions. I'm sure those of us who know about ZDA, you've heard about the trade missions that we organize, isn't it? Yes. So we go with our SMEs to different countries in the name of trade missions to see what market is there for either their products or services. And the main trade mission we normally conduct each year is a trade mission to Congo, which has proven to be very successful, and a number of our businesses have managed to start exporting to Congo. Then through the export development department, there's also dissemination of information on the export market. So this department will be able to give you information in terms of a market that you wish to start exporting to. Then lastly, I'll talk about the business development department, which is the third core department that ZDA has. So the mandate of the business development department is to develop small enterprises like you. So to develop small enterprises that are growth-oriented and medium enterprises to help accelerate them into bigger businesses. So how does ZDA do this? So we do this through providing what we call business development support services. So one of the business development support services is we conduct capacity building trainings. So examples of capacity building trainings that we conduct, there's the investor readiness training, business management, corporate governance, financial literacy, how to bid for GRZ tenders, as well as business plan writing. So these are just a few examples of the trainings that we conduct as ZDA. Then the other service that we offer is the facilitation of market linkages. So we have the local markets, so we facilitate market linkages, first of all, to the local markets. Chain stores like ShopRite, Choppies, Pick and Pay were able to facilitate market linkages to these chain stores. Apart from that, we also facilitate market linkages to the wholesalers as well as supermarkets. Then we also facilitate market linkages even outside Zambia through regional markets as well as international markets. Then we also offer product development support services. So this includes packaging and branding support, then also quality standards and certification. So we've signed an MOU with ZABS, and in an instance where you would like to have your products tested by ZABS, if you're a member of ZDA, you get a 30% discount. Then we also conduct product development trainings, which are in conjunction with ZABS. Okay, so apart from that, we also facilitate financial linkages. So as ZDA, we don't give money, no, but we're able to facilitate financial linkages. And we do this through linking you to financial institutions that could give you loans, grants, or even machinery and equipment. Then we also facilitate joint ventures and partnerships. If you're a member of ZDA and you wish to partner with an investor, we'll give you a questionnaire that you have to answer And from that questionnaire, we collect that information and come up with a profile for your company. Once that profile is executed, we put it on a platform where investors are able to look at your company, and if they're interested to partner with you, they communicate. Okay. Thank you. I've come to the end of my presentation, and that's my number.
Thank you very much to ZDA. Personally, I've gotten interested in product development support. I think when they come back for the question and answer session, I expect a lot of questions on that one, because now we are looking at value addition for our products. The next speaker on expert presentation and panel discussion we're having is Pakra. Pakra, are you with us? Okay, they'll be coming. So for Pakra, I think those are one of the modes of which we can register our business entities. It's an institution that will register you, whether it's your business name or the company. It's one of the many. If you don't want to be a club, if you don't want to be a cooperative, you have to be somewhere. How many are not registered SMEs? As a club or what? Who is not registered? Yesterday there was a Mr. Uhuru. Is he here today? He's not here with us. During the minister's tour, I think the minister advised him to pay attention to this. But for the rest of us, I think let's take an interest besides just registering with Pakra. What other services are there? I think when the bank was talking about some other modes of collateral, there's also the movable property register. If you want to borrow money using your car, you register it at Pakra. So they'll be here to explain to us further how that is done. In the meantime, as we are waiting for Pakra, do we have a question maybe for ZDA? Maybe we can go straight into that. No questions for ZDA? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay, now I'll include other things. So Dr. Msonda Sivano, the co-director for Lubono Multipurpose Cooperative Society from Chisamba Plowman's Camp, under the able guidance of our cooperative inspector there, the hardworking Mr. Kapalo. I have some few questions for, in fact, there are quite a number, but maybe I will restrict myself to 3 for Madam Chilufya. I don't know whether CDF will come. I also have some questions for you. The first question is, you spoke about SMEs being part of were working in collaboration with your program there. The question is, how do SMEs, do they have to apply to be part and parcel of your organization? And secondly, when you are doing trainings, you talked about you offer trainings, especially maybe on the export trading. Do you have selected SMEs in terms of numbers that you look for, or how do you have those people come and be part of those trainings that you do? In other words, do you put up a public advert? Do you invite people? It's something that I think we would like to be part of, especially that we are thinking of doing export business and trading. Then also, lastly, you were mentioning the need that you also do some trainings pertaining the export, if you are to take other people into other countries, like you mentioned Congo. So how do those people come on board? Again, it's almost like the same case. Even those, do they have to apply? And what is the mode of application? Is there an amount to the application, or how is it done? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those good questions. So I'll start by answering the first question. How do you become a member of ZDA? So it's very simple. We need you to provide us with certain documents. So we register both businesses as well as cooperatives. So in an instance where you're a business, maybe partnership or limited company, you need to provide us with documents such as a PACRA certificate of incorporation. You need to provide us with the ZRA, General Tax Clearance Certificate, which should be valid and it should indicate the name of your company. Then you also need to provide us with NRCs of the shareholders of your company. Then as ZDA, we give you forms that you need to fill in. Once you correctly fill in these forms and of course give us the necessary documentations, then we give you a go-ahead to make payments. So we're currently registering micro and small companies. So if your company is falling under micro, you make a payment of 489 kwacha. And if your company is falling under small, you make a payment of 712 kwacha. Once you make the payment, we begin the registration process. Thereafter, you're given a certificate which is valid for 5 years. Yes. Then when it comes to the trainings, that's why it's important to affiliate with us, because once you register with us, we put you in a database. So we communicate via email to our database. So normally we send mass emails. If there are any opportunities, we send mass emails. Then when it comes to export readiness trainings, we normally conduct them around Zambia, like different districts. So we'll target companies that have registered under a particular district. Maybe if it's Kitwe, we're going to filter out all the companies that are based in Kitwe. Then we send them an email to tell them that there will be an export readiness training, maybe at this particular hotel. And if they're interested to attend, we give them something where they can register, or rather, they can acknowledge that they will attend. Then for the trade missions, well, for the trade missions, they are open, and we normally advertise on our Facebook page and also to our database to just let them know that we'll be having our trade mission on this particular, maybe in this particular month, and of course the particular dates.
Has that answered your question, sir? Okay, thank you. Another thing I think I would advise us is to make use of our smartphones. ZDA has a website. Just log in. You can do everything on the smartphone so that we keep ourselves abreast. Any other question? Please, let's be brief.
Thank you very much. My name is Same Size Tembo from Serenja District, the CEO for a company or cooperative stroke NGO, Help to Help Youth and Women Education Foundation, Zambia. I want to attest that indeed the ZDA, they came to Serenge in 2022, and they conducted such kind of trainings. Of course, we are very few, and of course, centrally in town. So my question is, ZDA, what strategies or what plans do you have for people who are in the rural areas beyond the central part of the township when it comes to districts? I'm saying so because when you look at what it is right now, small scale and media enterprise, they are focusing much on the cooperatives, which are just for business, not for species. Now you see that there are a lot of cooperatives now being formed. So your absence is making a blockage to them. That's why maybe you are seeing some people here, not the room is just too small for people to attend. So what are your plans to reach us where we are?
Okay, so as ZDA, of course, it's our mandate to reach everyone outside, like around the country. And I think we've conducted trainings even in the rural setups. Where are you based, sir?
Serenge Central.
Serenge Central, okay. I think we normally tag along, especially when it comes to business clinics. And I think we've been to Serenge before, but maybe the information just didn't reach you. And I think maybe it's something that I'll bring forward, and it's something that we'll work on so that you don't miss out on anything from ZDA.
Thank you very much. My name is Joyce Namumba from Joyous Food Processors. Actually, I'm proud to mention that I'm one of the beneficiaries of ZDA. I remember, hello? Oh, okay. I remember almost 12 years ago, I approached ZDA. By then, I was just doing my product on prototype. And when I went there, they welcomed me. And you remember, I came all the way from Nakonde. When I went there for questioning, I was trying to find out how I can improve myself and even the products that I have. Believe you me, it's because of ZDA that I can stand here, and even my products are on Omoyo health shops all around the country, even food lovers and other products, other shops. They helped me. I'm a living testimony. There is a lot. If you want to find out about ZDA, you can just walk there, and they'll welcome you. They'll take you up. They'll train you. And here I am. You have seen the products and everything that I have. Believe you me, ZDA helps. And we even called them to Nakonde. They trained more than 50 people, business ladies and men, who were even given certificates. And from there, they identified me and said, these products that you are doing, you can have them even in chain shops. And here I am now. Thank you.
So we already have testimonies. I have known her since Ministry of Commerce. That's how determined she's been. I met her last week at a meeting with, it was FAO? Yes. She's one of the people now who are supplying foods, aggregators, and the like. So do not despair. The journey of an SME is not short. It is tough. But we're getting tougher from these lessons that we're getting here and the testimonies that we're getting. Let us be encouraged from our colleagues. For now, We'll hold on with the questions. We'll move back to our presentations. Pakra will be coming back. We've had a presentation from CDF. I know we are burning with questions for CDF. Please let us keep our questions brief and to the point. So for now, we will take note of who will start in the next round of questions. For you, sir, is it for ZDA? Okay.
Thank you very much. Good morning, fellow participants. My name is Tepa Elias from Chibombo, Chitega Multipurpose Cooperative Society. In fact, my question is targeting, I think, all the presenters here on the, I think it will come to them anyway, it will follow them, it will find them, on the issue of ESGs. How are you incorporating the issue of ESGs? Because it so happened that I'm one of the trainers from Zambia Association of Manufacturers, where we're finding it a challenge with SGs, environmental, social, and governance. ESG is environmental, S is social, and G is governance. I know it's part of the Zambia Environmental Agencies there, but we are looking at the SMEs. How are they handling the ESGs with their cooperating partners like ZDA, the local authorities, and other agencies? Thank you.
I think for that one we can assist ZDA. I think as you are aware, you may be under ZEMA, we may be on the other side. But we collaborate amongst ourselves. That is why they are here, so that they come and peek into our area of mandate. So if there is an issue regarding sustainable practices in businesses and what, we are not the experts. We know that there's Ministry of Green Environment and ZEMA that will handle that. So we'll tap into the collaborations that are already existing. But for specific programs, that will have to be dealt with at policy level, and we'll pick it up from there. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Then there's a motor vehicle GRZ 274CG. Please attend to your vehicle. GRZ 274CG. If you're here, please attend to your vehicle. Then, any other questions for ZDA?
Thank you. It's just out of the interest from ZDA. I thought of asking how long it may take if someone has all the documents to actually register and be part of the institution itself. Yes, thank you.
Okay, it doesn't take so long. It can even come out in a day if there are no challenges. But latest maybe a week or two. But our client charter says that the certificate should be out within 24 hours. As long as everything is okay, you filled in the forms correctly, the documents are correct, and you've made the payment. If there are no challenges, your certificate should be able to come out within 24 hours.
Sorry to bother again. I just wanted to find out. I'm sure if it is due throughout in a day it would come out or anything. What could be some of the challenges someone should be aware of before they approach the office? Or is it online that everything can be done without any challenge? Thank you.
I think like the madam has alluded to, there's a guide. So make sure you submit the correct documents that are requested to be attached and fill in the form correctly. So just follow the the guidelines. So is it online only or even physical submission?
So for those of us who are not based maybe in Lusaka or any other districts where ZDA is based, we now have an online platform where you can register for your certificate. I think if you have time, you can visit our stand. Then I should be able to guide on how you can register online.
Thank you very much to ZDA, our investment partners. For now, I think we get back to PACRA. They are ready to speak with us. Mr. Chilongo, I think we've been seated for too long. Unfortunately, we are not going out for the health break. But Mr. Chilongo will shake us up a bit. I trust him on that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we be upstanding? Can we be upstanding? Can we be upstanding? Whilst we are waiting for PACRA to get us into business formalization, can we shake our bodies? Can we shake our bodies? Can we shake our bodies? Can we lift if we can lift? Can we lift if we can lift? Can we shake our bodies? Can we lift if we can lift? Ushers, can we have water in the room? Ushers, can we lift? There's one for all of us. Can we lift our legs? Can we, those who can we swing ourselves? Ushers, can we have water in the room? Now, let me show you something. Can we all hold our waist like this? Our waist like this, our waist like that.
I trust Mr. Chilongo in rejuvenating the energy in us. So now we'll give it up for PACRA, the long-awaited. A round of applause for PACRA, sorry.
Good morning, everyone. I can see the energy levels are still high. Nyumba sakara sikuku. My name's Vostas Yakalumbwe from Patent's office in KABWE. Sincere apologies, I was here this morning. I didn't realize I was supposed to speak also. So I was just informed, then I rushed back. We are understaffed. One of our officers is manning the desk here. I had gone to the main office. So I'll be brief with my presentation. I can be interrupted. We can interact. You can ask questions. I'll respond to them. Our mandate are so many. There's about 11 mandates, so we can't speak to all of them. So I'll just pick the major ones for the entrepreneurs. Briefly, this is the outline of the presentation. The services that we offer, the statutes administered, requirements for the registration. There's new concept called the beneficial ownership. I think I'll make a mere mention of it. And then we'll look at the benefits of registering a company. I hope all of this will be managed within 30 minutes. You can go to the next slide. So the agency was established in 2010. Before that, we were a department under commerce. It was hived off. Then we became an organization. Then now we're an agency. That's our vision. And that's the mission statement. We want a customer, you can take me back. Our vision is to have an innovative customer-centered business and intellectual property registrations. We want it tailor-made. What our clients are comfortable with, we want the agents to be inclined to the client's need. You can take me to the next one. So I'll be cruising. You have to interject where you're not comfortable so that we move at the same pace. That's our mandate, to register businesses, to incorporate local companies, registration of foreign companies, provision of information for business names and companies to the public, registration of mortgages, debentures, and charges. Not another mortgage, a mortgage that is obtained by a limited company. It must be registered with us, not at personal level, at individual level, no. If any artificial body obtains a mortgage, it has to be registered with us. Processing of annual returns for companies, business names, and other post-incorporation services. Granting of patents, registration of trademarks, designs, and copyrights. Accreditation of the insolvency practitioners. Okay, this is where we get the powers from. To execute the previous slide we were looking at. So our powers emanate from these statutes. The Companies Act, the other Act, number 16 of 2011, that is for business names registration. The movable property, the security interest for entrepreneurs. This one, you can access loans using your or movable properties. So there's this law that we administer. It's simply there to empower entrepreneurs, especially the startups. You have a vehicle, you can borrow based on that. You have livestock, you can borrow based on that. So there's the Patents Act. If you come up with an innovation, we administer that act. There's Trademarks Act. There's one trademark right in front. We administer that. Registered Designs Act. The bottle of water before you, the design, all of that are protected by the agency. There's Copyright and Performance Rights Act. There's the layout designs of integrated circuits. The Protection of Traditional Knowledge, Genetic Resources and Expressions of Folklore Act. That's the mandate for the agency. We can go to the next one. So my focus will be on this. Registration of business names, especially for entrepreneurs. That is where you start from. There are local companies also we do register, and foreign companies. I'll briefly run through the registration of business names. I hope up to here we are together. So business names is what maybe in academics at school we are taught these are sole proprietorship, sole trader, or partnership. Other people call them firms. We call them business names. It's you, our client, conducting business. even though it's registered under a name. We are trading under a name now. So we call them business names. You call them sole trader or partnerships. This can be registered as a sole trader, proprietor, firm, partnership. A business name can be registered by one or more individuals up to a maximum of 10. I know in academics they say it's 20, but at law, in practice, it's 10. A registered body corporate can also register or own a business name. It should be noted that a business name has no legal personality. There's no legal distinction between the business name itself, between you and the business name you've come to register at PACRA. So if the business name is owing, you are owing. So there's no legal distinction. You've just come to register your business under a name, so you're identified as such in the market. Those who already have bought corporates or companies, limited companies by shares, your limited company can own a business name. You can come and register a business name. Zanaco can register a business name. If you own a limited company, that company can own a business name. So that is the third part, which says the previous slide. This is the last part, which says a registered board corporate, a registered company, ShopRite, or other companies can come and register a business name, a sole trader. You can move. We can move to the next slide. Sorry, the previous one. The previous one. Again? Okay, the fee for the registration of a business name is 222. But prior to that, you need to clear a name. You have to give your business name a name. After clearing the name, what follows is the actual registration. So you call Joe this Enterprises. That's the business name. Then the particulars of that business name will be for the owner. So for the clearance of the name, it will cost you 111. For the actual registration now, it's 222. This service is available online. It's done online. The client has to create an account with PACRA. When you access your account, you find this service. You can do it yourself without visiting the agency. Are we clear up to here? We are concluding the business names. We are going to board corporates now. Any question on business name? We can move to the next slide. So we move now from the business name, the sole trader and partnership, to board corporates, to limited companies that have a separate identity. At law, these ones, they are considered to be an artificial person. They are different from what we are discussing. For these ones, the company itself is liable for anything it does. So there's a separation between the people managing the company, between the agents of the company and the company itself. So these are both corporates or limited companies by shares. So a company is an association. It is a business association. It is a legal entity which is separate from its members. A company continues to exist even after the demise of a major shareholder. The shareholders, some people call them members, investors, what else? Stakeholders. There are so many names that are used interchangeably. I'm using shareholder here, but to mean members, founders, owners. So a company continues to exist even after the demise of a major shareholder, after changes of its founders or founder members. By law, any two or more persons can form a company provided they are 18 years and above, of sound mind, and have not been declared bankrupts. So that's the requirement. You only need to be two of you, above 18. You are not declared bankrupt. and you can set up a limited company by shares. A lot of entrepreneurs, they are comfortable with their business name, but you can set up a limited company by shares if you're only the two of you at micro stage. So a limited company doesn't necessarily need to be something big with huge investment. It can start at a small scale. Just the two of you, above 18. The requirements will be 2 directors, 2 shareholders, and a secretary. Okay? But it's still possible to be 2 of you. How do we meet that? A company will require 2 directors, 2 shareholders, and a secretary. But 2 people can set up a company. How do we meet that? Anyone to help? Anyone to try? So if we are setting up a company, the 2 of us will be directors, the 2 of us will be shareholders, and 1 of us will be a secretary. So we'll meet that requirement, even though it sounds like you have to be 5. We can move to the next. So there are 3 types of limited companies. There are private limited companies by shares. There's private unlimited company by shares. And then there's public limited company. The 4th one is a limited company by guarantee. We can move to the next. So all these companies, except one, they will need share capital. All the companies will need share capital. This type of companies has a share capital and offer limited liability. So from the 4 types, we are looking at one, which is frequently registered at the agency. This is the frequently registered company. It's called the limited company by shares. The share capital is the investment the owners put in at inception, at the start of the business. That's the share capital. At law, the requirement is the net worth of the company shouldn't be below 20,000 kwacha. So the money at the bank, the desk you bought for the company, the calculator for the company, the total sum of that should be equal to 20,000 kwacha. And it shouldn't be cash at hand to present at PACRA, no. It should just be the net worth of the company. Everything that you've pledged towards the company, you should equate up to 20,000. That should be the net worth of the company at start. Important to note is that this type of a company cannot be formed by one person. There should be a minimum of 2 directors and 2 shareholders with a company secretary who should be resident in Zambia. So if there's 2 directors, one of them should be resident here. He shouldn't be Zambian, but should be residing in Zambia. 50% of the directors in a company when you're setting it up, or at any point, 50% of the directors should be residing in Zambia. And also the company secretary should be residing here. They shouldn't be citizens, but they should be staying in Zambia. So this is an error. The current minimum share capital is 20,000 kwacha. This application is done online. It's an online service. As always, you have to start with clearing the name, except the name this time now will end with limited. For limited companies, it should end with limited. So this registration, you start with clearing the name online, 120 kwacha. The next step is incorporation. There's a minimum you can pay for it, 1,300 kwacha. If you are saying the net worth or the share capital for the company is 20,000. If you are saying our share capital is way above 20,000, then we are going to apply 1.5% of the share capital. That's the fee you file. But if your capital is 20,000, the filing fee is 1,300 kwacha. The amount payable, PACRA, that's the same thing. I've already touched at that. After the whole process, 2 certificates are issued, certificate of incorporation and certificate of share capital. So at the end of the process, you are going to receive 2 certificates. I hope I'm audible enough outside. At the end of the process, you receive 2 certificates. One certificate is called share capital certificate to show your minimum capital. And the other one is proof that the company is registered with PACRA. So there are 2 certificates issued. We can move to the next one. We are running out of time. The other one, I'll just speak to it. The other one is unlimited company. The unlimited companies, it has the same principle as the business names, but it has the attributes of a limited company by shares. The other one is public limited company. This one, you can issue you can invite the public to buy shares in it. After you've traded for 3 years and the securities have assessed the company that, okay, it's fine, it can sell shares to the public, SEC. Then there's the other one called limited company by guarantee. This one has no share capital and is more of charitable organization. The reason it comes to the agency is because it generates profit. So the profit aspect falls under commerce, but this is meant for the well-being of the community. These are limited by guarantee. They are meant to help out the community. I think I've covered all the 4. Looking at time, it's supposed to be a very long presentation, so the time is too little, but I've covered 4, and the frequently registered one is the limited company by shares and the business name. There are post-incorporation requirements that are needed, filing returns, making changes to the agents of the company, the directors, the secretary. They can be changed anytime. The name can be changed anytime. The address can be changed anytime. So those are post-registration requirements. I still have time. So annual return is one of the post-registration requirements. This is a statement you file every year to show the status of the company, what changes I've taken during the year in question. So all the changes, they're supposed to be filed. Next slide. This is the perpetual existence we are talking about. Even if we found a company, it can be overtaken by other people. Shares can be transferred. The company will still remain. I can move out, the other people can take it up. So there is that perpetual existence in a company. So there's this new law that came. This one is trying to curb fraudulent trading, illicit trading. If I own shares in a company, I have to declare who is the beneficial, the ultimate beneficial owner of my shares. Mostly the politician would be used, so you have to declare at the time of setting up a company. Even though I hold shares, the beneficial owner is this person. So it's just a new concept to curb terrorism, sponsorship, money laundering. That's why this law came into place. These legal entities were used for illicit trading. So this law is trying to curb that. They were used as vehicles for illegal things, illicit trading. Yeah. So you just have to show control, ownership, and who derives benefits from that company. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that presentation from PACRA. There's a lot that we can speak about PACRA and company registration. We could go on all day. Thank you. The presentation was quite detailed. We will have a session for question and answer. I think for the question and answers, we're remaining with PACRA, and Ministry of Local Government. Ministry of Local Government, maybe you can come and take your seat here. So we'll have 10 minutes Q&A for PACRA and Ministry of Local Government. Again, please, your questions should be tied to the institution. The operatives, for instance, no, I applied, my application hasn't come through. We will get the details and maybe we can have those discussions on the sidelines of our meetings. Is the mic already ready? So we'll have the question from the gentleman over here. Is it for, we'll start with Ministry of Local Government. Okay, one question here. Any other question from this side? Nothing. Just a minute. The madam over there and the gentleman behind. We are done with them. We can have a response. After the response, our colleague from Samba, Mr. Luenje, and the neighbor. Then a response. We'll proceed like that. You can go ahead, sir.
Kwai nalanda mchiwemba shakwata degree. Ili pushori andi leading gave kudiba local government. There pela each example pari inene mwine. Under KABWE Municipal Council, under CDF, twalisa chitako apply kubomfya company pokwati vatupeleko tubombeko in 2022. Total kubwacha twabikireko yabiri Central 3. We were not picked. Why? We did our own investigation. Imo oyo twachitera apply pa ifama company yabiri ESU ne yaba nensu. Why were we not? But price mwachipusana kuna 1,500. That's why bapela banenu. 5 we lost. Didn't give. What are you doing to curb corruption, which is toward this election? Bid. This is the information. Now I push.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. I think we guided operational issues we can deal with on the sidelines.
Okay.
Yes, so we can see Mr. Susiku at the end if we have operational issues, because he may not have the information about that 10 downward. So if there is a question, let us get to the question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Question yandini. Mukwai ndei pusha kopadi application ya CDF. Ama demands na ma requirement kwati ya la fula. How can they simplify for a cooperative like me to access so that we can be considered? The more man, they are asking for money in the account. Then obonde competing abo na bakwatenda rama ukunchila. How do you help me as a cooperative?
The next question was the gentleman here. No, we had picked already from this side. I think it was this side. We're moving to this side. The lady over there and the gentleman behind. Remember, we have 15 minutes. Vagat bro are coming through. So let's be quick. Remember, we still have time to network.
Thank you. My name is Pauline, and I'm a founder of a brand called Organic Solutions, which is in wellness and beauty that is local, adding value to local products, while as being conscious and sustainable with the environment and the people as well. So I have two questions. One is for the local government and one is for ZDA. So for local government, I've noticed that the criteria and the process to apply is quite stressful, especially for a lot of young people, because we find that just the whole process, it tends to be a little bit porous. So is there a channel of communication that has been created to notify applicants of the process on the the level on where the application is, or even when you take them on board or not? Is there some kind of feedback that is given to people to say you are not picked, and this is maybe the reason why you're not picked or selected?
Second
So that's the question. And then for ZDA, I've noticed that when it comes to requirements for taking your products to chain stores, there are some certifications like ZABS, Halal, and Kosher. So for ZDA, do you hold the hands of applicants in helping them in the registration for that? Or does the ZDA certificate override some of those certification requirements, like Halal and Kosher? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. I think the ZDA session has been overtaken by events. We're done. However, we can respond to that. I think those are statutory requirements. The ZDA certificate does not override the other legal requirements that as a producer or an investor you are required to have for your product. So we will have a response, then we move on to the question. I think the gentleman behind you. So we'll have a response first. Just a minute. There's a response first.
Okay, thank you. So the first question was on the applications and the demands. So when I got the question, I quickly rushed through the requirements. So listen to these requirements before I answer. One, the group must be registered with at least 10 members. 1. 2, the group must have a bank account. 2. The project must be within the constituents and create employment opportunities. That's the 3rd. The applicants must have resided in the constituents for at least 6 months, which is 6 and above. And the grant will be given. If I've counted, those are just 4, the main ones. So you already have registered either with PACRA, the SMEs, had these so much demands. Okay, so to respond to your question, maybe there are so much demands. I'll combine your response with the channels of communication. The offices that we serve, they are public offices. Where you feel there's a challenge, please walk to our offices. I'll give an example of KABWE Municipal Council. We are in a digital, digital. Yes, Smart Zambia will explain that well. So you find that communication now is easy through the Facebook before it gets to the newspaper. Because if I asked anyone here today has read a newspaper, I think we'll get maybe a percentage or so. We usually get the information now, the news, through social media. So I've seen most of the communications, they do them through Facebook. Sometimes they'll send you direct to their WhatsApp groups. So, but all in all, what we are saying, our offices are public offices. So please walk to these offices. They are your offices. The only time that you appeal, if KABWE Council is not responding to you well, you can still walk to our office and we'll guide you through. I hope I've attended to the 2 questions on the applications being stressful and the channels of communication. So usually, when you are successful, the communication is done through your WDCs. So they'll send the list of successful applicants and they'll stick them. Apart from that, they will send them through Facebook, like I mentioned. But if you have not received any communication, please feel free to walk to the local authority. Those are your offices. Thank you.
Thank you. I think there was a question, the gentleman over there.
Thank you so very much. My name is Davis Ngurube from Serenje, specifically Mairo Chiefdom. My question is, you mentioned to say that the council advertised end of July for application for loans and the other empowerment. Now, why is it that it takes so long to approve the forms for loans for applicants? And the second question is, you mentioned to say, that you gave us the statistics from 2022 for loans. Why is it that the number is decreasing? Did you find the reasons why people are not applying for loans? Thank you.
There was another gentleman behind. He's gone out. Any other questions for local government on this side? Mr. Loenja? This one, madam. There were two questions here.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello. Muchinshi utwali didai. All protocols observed. My question will go to local government and also PACRA. They are simple questions, but I hope we'll get the right answers. I've been hearing people mentioning a number of things. Turnaround time. You apply in 2022. You get your money in 2025. That is not good. Local government, pull yourself. Number two, the issue of mentioning that people are not paying back loans. There are enough laws in this country. The way the bank does it, and they've been given that mandate to handle the loans. Why don't they use the same? Take them to court. We can even start with a small one. This is piece of advice a bit. Name and shame. Start from the district. A list of those who got loans never paid. These are the names. From there, take it to national. You go on national newspaper. There is what is called, what do you call it? Bureau of, what do you call it? Where you go and check, see?
The question, you have question number one. Number two was
okay,
a comment.
Let me just finish.
Please wind up.
I was just trying to give some.
Please wind up and get to the question.
Okay, let me finish the question. The question is going for now, what is this one?
PACRA.
PACRA. What is the stage of moving a business name to a company? I think I end there.
Thank you. Time is not with us. I'll give the gentleman a chance to respond. Then after that, we'll move on to the next session of the program. However, as mentioned earlier, our colleagues are around. We can continue to engage each other on the sidelines. There are workstations available outside for ZDA. I think she advised you can go outside. So they'll respond, and then I'll be handing over to my colleague, Mr. James Chwala, for the next session of the program. You've been a great audience. Thank you very much.
I didn't get much of your question, but she's clarified the transitioning from business name to a limited company. Okay. These are two distinct entities. So the agent knows that this is our client. He was operating as a business name. So if you still need to use your name and add a limited, we'll allow you to cease the business name and then do the actual incorporation, which we call registration. For companies, we incorporate. So you can do the incorporation under that name, except to this time it will bear the word limited at the end to show the limited liability. But you only benefit because you're a client and we know this name was yours. But there's no association between a business name and a limited company. They are two distinct. I hope I've answered you. Thank you so much.
Why does it take so long to approve? Our office takes maximum 14 days. Maximum 14 days. All right, so let me explain the process where I think, I'm also thinking it takes long, but our office only takes 14 days. And you can monitor it, ask your local authority if they send approvals or applications for approvals, how long we take. So this is how the process works. We advertise now. This is June. We'll give you 1 month in which for you to send the applications to your WDCs. So after 1 month, sometimes there's an outcry, please extend. So maybe we extend for another 15 days. So you discover now we are in July. That's going into 2 months. So those applications are taken to the WDCs after you complete. So that's where mostly the challenge is. WDCs will come and say, actually the members take long to resubmit. So they also blame you that you take long to resubmit. So for us to collect the applications, you find that it takes long, you push. So it will take maybe even from the date of application or advertising until you have the application forms. Sometimes it takes like 2 months. So for me, you are also to blame. So after the applications are received, so they are received in numbers. Imagine all of us here have applied. So the population of KABWE is over, is it getting to 400,000? So let's say just a percentage participates. So you find the applications are quite a number and you need to process them now. So that's why the advert is called on time. So that by 2020, this is 2025, by 2026 January, all the applications are done. So the period between now and December, we give it for processing of applications, not from our office, but from WDC, from yourselves, WDC, the council. But the moment those applications are sent to our office for approval, please take note, they only take 14 days. Why is the number of loans decreasing? If you are in that sitting and you were paying attention, I said you are the ones who are contributing to it reducing. cooperatives or companies are not paying back. Remember, that is supposed to be a revolving fund. So those who got in 2022 are not paying back. Then in 2022, because it was, in 2022, because it was just being introduced, most of the cooperatives that had applied were applying maybe smaller amounts, testing the waters. So they would apply maybe just 40,000, 50,000. When they realized that they started applying now for 200,000, 200,000. So if you put your 200,000, it's like everyone has been advised, just apply for 200,000. But in 2022, we had those who would apply just for 20,000. So that's why you see the numbers were quite many compared to 2023. But all in all, the number is supposed to go higher because you were supposed to be repaying and the revolving fund was supposed to be growing. So it's not growing because others are not repaying. For 2025, we cannot say it's reducing because we are still in the process of receiving some more. The bank is still clearing. I hope I've answered those two questions. Thank you.
I know we are not satisfied, but we can still give local government a round of applause for at least making the effort. It is not easy to move from 1.6 million kwacha for each constituency to 25 million. They deserve a hand. 36 million. We will not continue until they get that hand. And he's not leaving, so we can still engage with him. The hand, we are waiting. Thank you very much. And over to Mr. Chwala for GATPRO. Thank you.
We'll just allow our esteemed speakers, presenters to take their positions as we go to the next presentation. Mukwai nationally andini James Mtungu Chwala. Then I'd like to moderate the session. You relate that product development and marketing. Product development and branding, sorry. Ili ashiriyama kuwe, ili akushitisha KABWE. Amulefa KABWE wonsi tefo fin. Fin tukushitisha tefo fin. So to ala sambirira. Pali ashiriya kushitisha. Ilo tuita mtusungu ati marketing. So, as we are setting up the presentation, therefore, I'm going to introduce our tungulula idiriashi. Ishinali abo mukwai neba magali ngomba muila. Abo bafumine kuli ba main sponsor. Abae chino chirongo. This conference or this workshop. GATPRO International have come as the main sponsors, and kuliako GATPRO mkwai bangalira pali ashira kushitisha ilo tuita mtsungu at head of marketing and PR a position yabo mkwai ilo futi mkwini mu kutungulula kushitisha wakwili ashira kushitisha Bawomba mo imyaka 14 years, meaning she has 14 years experience in marketing and branding. Yolo wena bayitati ni bakanye mukushitisha. Yo tuitati brand strategist. Tiapo pende peka mkwai bali sambirira bali kwata Fila tuitati Master of Science in Marketing. Kanshtabala ndala ndafia tukulanda fia bali sambirira wawika pona experience.
bali bana makabungwe ako Twitter at Zambia Institute of Marketing. She's a member of the Zambia Institute of Marketing. Abangalira po bonse abashitisha otemwa ababomba mu company ya pusana abakwata ama qualification ya marketing. Ti apo penepeka mkwai ngakuli abali muno ba startup idaba laisa kuno mufire mwaishi bati bali opwa ero bachinje bati ofire mwaishi ba. So she's married with 3 beautiful daughters and she's passionate about marketing. Can we please welcome Magali Ngomba Mwila for the next session, product development and branding.
Good morning. Twakwesha market pana. Auma. What if you win a one say? To if you win no one say. Tatuladia? Tamaladia? Tamaladia? I? Gloria Tauladia. My team, please pass through some energy. I need some energy in this room. Mr. James, I'll need a mic in the audience. It's always good to know the people that I'm speaking with, right? They've introduced me vastly. I would like 5 people in the audience to introduce themselves before we start. Mic, please. 5 people. Just introduce, yes? Sorry, they'll bring you the mic, sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my name is Sivano Msonda from Chisamba.
Sorry?
Sivano.
Okay.
Musonda.
Okay.
Director for Rubo Nomad Purpose Cooperative Society Limited from Chisamba Plowman's Camp. Thank you.
Thank you. That's good. Oh. Next person, I want a lady. The lady over there, sorry, yellow and smart shirt. Sorry, yellow and glasses, rather. Quickly, team, quickly. Yes, you can, if you can shout better. Nice. Okay, thank you. Another person over here. Yes, sir? Chairperson 4? Perfect. One more person. Yes, the 2 there. That's fine. Sir, go first. Yes. Thank you. No, you give. Okay. That's, yes, ma'am. Okay. One more. That's the last person. Please give her the mic. I can't hear her.
I'm saying, my name is Caroline Mlenga. I'm representing Mbwe from Lusaka. I am a secretary. National for Women in Business. Thank you.
Sorry, women in business, what do you do when you say women in business? What's your major focus?
General business, all women, they're under us. Those who are doing business.
Everybody doing business is under you?
Yes.
That's good. A big hand for everybody. That's the end of my presentation. Oh. What's the problem? I must take, I need the energy myself. No. I'll do what other speakers don't do. In marketing, we interact with people, come close to you. The first thing that I do for marketing is identify who the people are. So if you know who you are and you know your business, then my job here is done. So my presentation has come to an end. Every province, a big hand for Central Province. A very big hand for Central Province. So I do have colleagues here in the audience that we've traveled with them, and they'll agree with me. Every province we went to, when you ask somebody, what is your name and why are you here, what do you do, the first thing they'll say, my name is Mr. Zulu, I am a pastor. And by the time they mention the cooperatives, everybody's bored. So you are here for a capacity building. So the first thing first is your name and your business, right? So we have CEOs. How many CEOs do we have? Okay, bonsaba kwatako company. Nangu ni ya Pensofie. Believe in your business, guys. Nangu ni recycling plastics. It's a business, you know. A lot of people make money in America out of recycling plastics. I'm the CEO of Waste Management Chan. They're very proud because it's money. So apart from CEOs, we have chairpersons of cooperatives. A big, can I see your hands, chairpersons? Or representatives of cooperatives? Oh, a big number. That's good. How many people have business cards in here? Team, be on standby. I want to receive all the business cards for the people that have raised their hand. Mr. James and I will give them free marketing consultancy starting from tomorrow. Now we move to my presentation. Let's go. We're talking about brand. Yesterday I met a man who works for a cooperative. I think that's him with a shirt. He had cabbage. We can move, team. Move with me, please. Next slide. Okay. Oh, they want me to introduce myself. Okay. KABWE International is a multinational distributing company. When I say multinational, we distribute on behalf of other countries. For example, we have pasta, that's spaghetti and macaroni, coming from Egypt. We have Doom insecticide coming from South Africa. We have Jeek from Reckitt, that's South Africa. We have Shield. We have Hapik, we have Dettol. So all those are products coming from other countries, and we bring them to the retail chain stores. So we have Choppies as our partners. We have ShopRite as our partners. We have Pick and Pay as our partners. Then we also have the smaller partners like Cheers, Melissa, etc. Right? Apart from that, we have wholesalers as well. Here in KABWE, one of our biggest wholesalers is Mama Africa. At the far end there, near Mukuyu Tree, right? They're wholesale, so they sell products. So we are not just in chain stores or shops, but we are also in wholesale markets nationwide. Our job as KABWE, like I mentioned yesterday, is to cut the bridge, right, between you guys and the chain stores. You as the producers, as the manufacturers, as the cooperatives, your job focus on creating and building capacity of your products, right? Then we collect what you manufacture and fight with ShopRite, Choppies, and Pick and Pay for it to be shelf together. So you understand why KABWE is here. I heard yesterday a lot of people saying, it's very difficult for me to get to Choppies. I have over an acre of vegetables. I can't get to Choppies. When we go there, there are requirements. That is my job. Okay? Your job is, after we harvest, you go back and plant some. I fight Choppies for you to be in their store. Okay? Then I fight Choppies to pay. Then you get paid. and then we start the cycle. But apart from that, maybe you and I can be in a partnership, right? There are other people who also want to supply choppies or ShopRite. They may also have vegetables. They may have chickens. What are you going to do different for us, you and I, to make sure that choppies keeps buying from us? This is where marketing comes in. Are we together this far? Hello, in Endalanda, we know. So, that move board. So, permanent someone money kabali happy. That's us. So, for example, I'll say the air water. Where's the guy from air water? Swatbalofwa. Badi abakwete kwa mensh yesterday. I have makumwela. Badi kuisa. Huh? Oh, it's sungu temwachila for air water. So he is making water from air, right? Now, he needs to focus. He needs to make sure there are no impurities, there's no what. So he doesn't have time to go to fight with choppies, to fight with ShopRite. I have the time to fight with them. So I partner with him. But before I partner with him, so he will be there, air water, where it's written Tiger Brands, is air water. Then there's Gadbro, right? Then the chain stores, you can see that. And then we have the consumer. The consumer is any other person in this place right now. Do you have your sample? Very serious. Now, in my business, you have one day for I. Thank you so much. So, air water, is it specialized in branding? Is it specialized in branding? How many said yes? So, imwame nshaya, for ene monika kutumwashita. Pen kwa mensha choppies. Choppies water. Choppies water. What I'm about to do, next slide, please. I'm going to get into product and branding. We have established who we are. He's the CEO, founder of Mwe Air Water, right? From there, we've established what his product is, right? What is his product? Water. Where is it coming from? From air. That's why he's different from any other water on the shelf. It brings me to the product development. So product development is the process of creating new products or improving existing one. We have over 50 types of water, bottled water. Over what? 50 types of water. So when he saw that there was a gap, right? Choppies water. Choppies water, please. He found a gap. All the water, apart from maybe sparkling water, Zambia is moving forward. Now we have sparkling water like other countries on the shelf. Gamanje pishat sparkling water ni muchibemba. Amenshi yanga mwaisula yalira. Mwali yamonapo. Tamna yamonapo. Yamonika kwadni drink. Thank you so much. This is Choppies water. Is his branding the same as Choppies water? Okay, we'll come back to that. That's what I wanted. So he finds a gap in the business, right? Every water apart from sparkling water is the same. How then can I make my water different? The innovation comes. So I'll not use my products today. I will use Mwe Air. So Mwe Air decides to improve on existing product. The existing product is the water product, okay? Then from there, he involves research, meaning he does his scientific research, am I right? From the scientific research, we discover that we can actually get water. He makes sure that the water is tested for impurities, and we find out what the contents of the water what contents are in the water. Are we together? Right? After the testing of the water, it's approved by ZABS that this water is safe for drinking, and the following are the contents that everybody needs. It's high in calcium. What does he do? He packages the water and launches the product. It's an existing product, you agree, right? So he just improved on it. Next slide. So, the process of creating a unique identity for a product is called branding. We have created the product. His product is air water. After that, what do we do next? We need to package, right? Every packaging of water or products or business must be unique. Please understand me. Every product or business must be packaged uniquely. If you are a branding company, how will you brand yourselves differently for people to come to you and not the other people? All right? There are more than 3 banks here. How do they brand themselves differently? They make sure that their rates are different. They package the products for SMEs differently. Some specialize in agriculture loans. Some specialize in a whole package for SMEs. That's what we call packaging and branding. Are we together? So, branding involves developing a brand name, which we have Mwe Air Water. Secondly, a logo. That's his logo, a drop of water. Can you all see it? How can you see this product? Ati? Muneyasikana imwe. Ninchi bati muli bakulu nomba inenchito yanti. Taba mfoleshe. Can you see his logo? How many people can see from the back? How many can see the logo? One person. Mom, you've got a very good eyesight. She can literally see everything on this package. So, after he creates a logo, right, then he creates a tagline. His tagline is purified drinking water. Serious. Purified drinking water tagline. So, I mean, she also have purified. But what is I mean, she have purified. Tagline, no ningami pelapa. Water for life. Yafmakumulu. I mean, Shire. It's air. Water for life. Or quench your thirst. A tagline. So that by the time, understand, there are 50 types of water on the shelf. So for someone to get it, you must motivate me to buy your product. All right. A tagline. No, we're not change. So that's an example, right? So overall, we have created the image for our product. We have the product, that's the package. We have the content, that's the water. We have the logo, we have the name, we have the tagline, which we need to change, but we have the tagline. At the end of the day, we have a product. Next slide. The importance of product development is to differentiate from competitors. A unique product or brand identity helps you stand out in the crowd. If all of you are branded the same, then how sure are you? Understand, when products are in the stores, you and I are not there to advertise at the point where customers are getting them on the shelves. Are we together? So the product must advertise for itself on the shelf. You understand? What will be, how will it differentiate itself? The packaging. All the waters now have blue lids. The first thing that somebody will say will be like, blue lid Vatra. Are you Vatra? you have more quantity, you have more content that Vatra water has. Your calcium is a unique selling point. It makes you different. So make sure your bottle, number one, has that. Calcium, high in calcium. Today some kushitamenshi muchopi to amonafet high in calcium jebele. Bali kwisaba odd citizen. Bachla ndatum inumayabo. Bali fwa ikabale no sana menshai. You understand? That's how